Good afternoon, everybody. It's not our normal time, but we're going to get it done. And I think I'm going back to bed because holy Toledo, I'm tired. How's everybody doing at this odd hour of our day? Good, I hope. All right. I think I'm going to take my book cover off because I never did it. I never made it. Oh, and it got red paint on it. Well, let's put that aside for a minute. How's everybody doing this fine day? I don't think the usual crowd is here, I'm just going to say. But we're going to try to work on our March prompts today. Hi, Carla and Carol. We're going to do chevrons and diamonds, I hope. There's no guarantee, but that's the plan because I didn't do yesterday, and today is diamonds. So let's just do those. I think I have cards for both of those. I do. I have the card for chevron and the card for diamonds. But from there, I think Rebecca went rogue, and I don't think I have all the cards. Hi, Tammy and Sammy. Tammy and Sammy. And Ellen and Carla again. So this is what she has for chevrons. Let me read it to you. A chevron is a V-shaped pattern that can be connected at the bottom or left open. In this case, I'd say my chevrons remind me of knitwear, a chunky, comfy sweater. Definitely looks like knitwear. That's not what I'm doing. The idea of the V shape is resembling birds that leads me to think of the string of 1,000 folded paper cranes, which you can find all over Japan. Sometimes when you look at them, all vertically aligned, their wings resemble chevrons, as you see them here. That was my inspiration for this meditation, for this painting. I worked in the order of my paint box, see the parameter card palette order, and simply repeated the colors over and over. Well, that's cool, but that's not what I'm planning for today. And this is diamonds, which I'll figure out in a minute. So today I have chosen for our chevrons these colors. I just picked the first one I saw. They're kind of weird. It's like a brick red, a bluish gray, and then kind of a light platinum gray. And I did find, miraculously enough, I did find some papers to create our pocket. And I think we'll do a bottom pocket. We did a side, and a bottom. So let's go back to, or we could do this side. No, let's do bottom. So I just want to cut or tear. I'm going to tear. Have you guys had a good day today? My day has gifted me a lovely tummy ache. For some unknown reason, I don't even know what the reason is. But I do have a lovely tummy ache. I'm just going to tear these two. What's the question, Carol? Did I get this journal on Amazon? Yes. I have shared the link many times. Let me share it again, since I know for sure Carmen's not here at this time. I'll share a link for the Soho Brick Journal. It's really nice. It was referred to me by Rebecca. Oh, it's currently unavailable. You guys did that. You guys bought them all up. That's what happens. Okay, well, sorry. It's not available at the moment. But you could find it somewhere else, probably. All right, so we're going red and gray. And I kind of want one more gray. I like all three colors today. So we're just going to glue these down. The red is the one I don't want the most of. Tammy says, I bought one of each of the journals. They're great. Oh, they make different ones. That's true. Soho makes different size journals, I think. Yeah, Rebecca uses them all the time. This is my first time using them. My glue is very slow. I should have laid it on its side first, but I did not. Oh. What a whirlwind. I did something yesterday on the ride home that I never do. I started out driving, and within an hour, I started falling asleep at the wheel. So I had to pull over and let my husband drive. And I've never done that before. I mean, there are occasions when it's late at night and we're driving home and I'm really tired or whatever, but not during the middle of the day. I've never done that. But he had to drive the rest of the way home. It was just too much for me. And then I kept falling asleep on him. And that's something we as a family have decided we don't do to people. We don't fall asleep on each other while the other one's driving. But, oh, look at that back of that paper. But I did, and I did not mean to. And I felt really bad. And then I slept all night, too. So I really needed the sleep, apparently. Kind of crazy and wild. Look how good those colors look together. They're pretty much right on. They're not totally right on, but... What is Linda saying? Linda says, I think the journal shows available now. Oh, really? I did this totally crooked. Well, that's good to know. Thank you, Linda. Anyway. We're here, and that's what matters. I am still feeling really lousy. I still have really bad pains in my neck. I still have pains in my stomach, my lungs, and my, I don't even know what you call it. Stomach, lungs, chest, like heart attack kind of pains. Been to the doctor. Nothing wrong with me, not having a heart attack. So no reason to go back. My husband wanted to take me to the ER again last night, and I'm like, I am tired of sitting at the ER for them to just tell me to go home. So we did not go. What's the point? But I feel lousy, and it just keeps happening. All right, so here's our chevrons. The colors don't work at all. I chose this color palette, and they don't work. I will say, honestly, I'm starting therapy today. Not physical therapy. I'm starting mental therapy. Oh, that looks cool. I'm starting a therapist for the second time in my life. Third time in my life. I've needed therapists several times. Honestly, I think this time I could just keep going and be fine. All right, I want to... Uh-oh. I'm totally on the wrong page. Hang on. I'm pulling this whole thing off before it gets to be stuck. It's all right. We'll do another pocket down there. How did that happen? Anyway, we're going to couples therapy, and I thought I would share that, only not because I want you to know that we're going to couples therapy, but because I want you to know that it's okay to go to therapy. It's not a bad thing. It's actually a really good thing. Remember they used to have marriage encounters back in the 70s, like through the churches and synagogues and stuff? We just need to stop fighting with each other and understand that what's going on doesn't have anything to do with us. It has to do with what's going on in our lives, which are stupid. They have not checked for a hiatal hernia, but I will ask that question next week when I go back. Okay, now I'm back here. So my paint ran yesterday. I'm going to try to take it off a bit. I really don't like that with those colors, but what can you do? Let's see if I can remove this paint, because watercolor never dries. They say you can always take it off. I mean, not 100%, I guess. It's not coming off really at all. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this underneath here. Maybe we'll turn it upside down. I'm going to paint a little bit in the background. Yeah, I'm actually excited about therapy. I hope she takes our insurance, because I know therapy is not cheap these days. But I found a girl who I think is going to be good for the both of us. We'll see. I just want that kind of blue-gray color, which I'm obviously not getting. Apparently I need to go with some blue in here. Blue into my black. There we go. Blue-gray. That's almost it. It's not quite, but it's kind of, sort of. There's more of that blue-grayish kind of color. It does cover up the mistakes, which are nice. I don't need to go totally, I don't need to cover the whole card. This one is not covering up. You would think that it would kind of cover up here. It's not. It's okay. I got orange there and red there. That's not going away. Okay, I'm going to do that same thing in here, because it'll help a little bit. Now I need to get this out of here and move it to over here. Yeah, my husband did not want to go, Linda. But then he kind of realized that it was important. It took a little prodding, you know. They don't think they need it. But guess who needs it more than me? Him. He needs it way more than me. But they don't think they need therapy. Therapy, that's stupid. It's for wussies. Or I don't know what my husband would say. He might say wussy. Wish I had done this before I put this card down. There we go. Anyhow, this red is just smearing along the top. So maybe we'll try to put some red into this black and just get a little red here at the top, because red is one of our colors. It's kind of reddish black now. Doesn't matter to me. It is what it is. Should have done this a little bit better. All right, gonna leave that background. Carol said, I thought I was having a heart attack about a year ago, but it turned out to be costachoritis, which is from stress. I just wish, honestly, Carol, I wish they would tell me whatever it is, because I've never felt this bad in my entire life. I feel like I've been sick for 2 years, but I don't think it's been that long. I think it's been like 6 months, maybe not even 6 months, but it's been a long time. Okay, so why are you going to ask? Why did I leave this center open? You'll see momentarily. Not quite the same colors. I didn't mix so good. I'm not a great color mixer, but it's okay. It's close. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a piece of white paper. I want to try to do the chevron page quickly. I'm going to trace this circle. I can't tell you what size it is. It's just a circle that I think will work. There we go. From a jar that I have my pencils in. I have not watched Shrinking this week, but guess what? I will. And then we're going to take our different pens and we're going to make chevrons. Different ones. This one's lighter, but it's still in the same hue of those colors. And then we're going to cut out our circle, you know? It's just going to be chevrons in a circle. And I'm just going outside my traced lines. Oh, I am going to watch Shrinking, don't you worry. I love it. Did you love it? Is everybody caught up? I don't want to speak if you're not caught up. But there's a line in there from this newest season that everybody who watches Shrinking has been waiting for. Maybe I won't say. Well, this pen is a goner. Hardly any color left. It's all right, but I am throwing it in the trash. Here's kind of a blue-gray color. This is called Denim. We're going with it. Oh no, that is way too blue. Well, I'm going to have to finish it and go over it with a gray. Shrinking is a show that is on Apple TV. I think it's Apple TV. And it's about therapists. And it's with Jason, I can't remember his last name, and Harrison Ford, and the girl who used to be on the Drew Carey show, who's had a lot of plastic surgery, but doesn't matter, she's super cute and funny. But it's about therapists. And just you know, just a show about people. And Harrison Ford is so good in it. I love him so much. Let's try this. I think this has a funky tip. It does. It has a split tip. that's cool. My chevrons are getting wonky. And you know what? I don't care. Because I really wanted to be done quickly. I'm grateful to be back from Southern California. I do miss the food in Southern California. We only have a couple of people there still that we know. And we got to see 3 of them, so that was kind of nice. But we don't have a lot of other contacts still in Los Angeles. It's the food that I miss there mostly, because we don't have good Jewish food. We don't have really good Mexican food where we live. And those were the 2 things we really ate a lot of. And I brought home a lot of Jewish deli food. All right, so there's our chevron. I'm thinking I don't want to cut it out. I kind of want to tear it. Let's try to tear it. I'm going to get this edge wet. Remember how we do the wet edge with clear water, but it's smearing all of my pens? Maybe it wasn't the best idea. It's okay. I'm going to end up with a weird torn edge. All right, let's try to tear it now. These patterns have been a lot of fun to do so far. I think. I hope you guys are doing them. It's really good to just practice patterns sometimes. This is either cardstock or mixed media. I don't know what kind of paper it is. It feels like mixed media. It was in my scrap drawer, so I don't really know. Oh, I like it a lot. I do. Where's our book? Look at that. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. I think I want well, I can decide in a minute. I think I want that bold red towards the bottom. Come on out, glue. Yeah, I like it going that way. I can put this card back in, even though I just don't. Maybe I'll leave it that way. Just don't like the other side too much. I don't really like this side either, the green side. Let's go back to this side. Ugh, just don't like it with my color choices. I'm going to play with some weird pens. What's this one? A Sarasa pen. Kind of a gray, but kind of a black. I think we'll do gray over it. This one. That kind of hides that red spot that peeked through from our last pages. And I want to go right through it. With cursive. And then maybe we'll do some of these down here, because I want to cover up that red. So those are more of her chevrons. That she did more of like a knitted scarf kind of pattern. Oh. Angie says, my mom and I got our taxes done yesterday. We found out we were getting money back and spent the rest of the day at Hobby Lobby. Oh my heck. You guys, that's too funny. You spent your money before you even had it. Good for you. Good for you. Okay, let's get a black. Go through this gray. We never get money back because we're self-employed. So every year we have to pay because we keep 20% of our self-employment wages to pay our taxes. So it just doesn't happen for us. But good for you, Angie. Yeah, I hope this therapist is good. We live in a teeny tiny town and she's the only one here. So my husband's like, shouldn't we drive to Sacramento? And I'm like, I'm not going to drive to Sacramento unless I really need to. So I said, let's give her a try. See what happens. Maybe she's good. Okay, well, it's getting kind of yucky. Gonna have to move on to the next thing. Because if I keep going, I'm just gonna keep messing it up. And the colors are really weird for me. Wait till you see the next color group I have. It's really weird. I think I have to thicken this up a bit. I think that's the problem. I don't know what else to talk about. We cleaned out my husband's uncle's house yesterday, and you know how everybody, sad to say, when somebody passes away, you are always looking for that gold bullion or $1 million in a pocket or something, and he didn't really have anything. I put on gloves and went through all his pockets. We went through behind cupboards, took everything out of cupboards to make sure he didn't have anything hiding, you know, behind a cupboard. We took everything out of the attic. And then right before we were leaving, I decided to go back through the kitchen one more time because my husband and his brother said they went through his kitchen. And there was a cupboard that had like old oatmeal containers. Do you know what I'm talking about? They're like the paper, like he didn't buy the good stuff like Quaker Oats or anything, but he did buy some local market brand of oats, and there were 3 jars right in the front. And I looked at my husband, I'm like, you guys moved these, right? And he said, well, pick them up, they're empty. So I picked them up, they're empty. I took them out, and then I reached in the back because there's like 15 more. And they're really tall, like the Quaker Oats boxes. And I found about 10 of them that were filled with quarters. filled with quarters. This was right as we were walking out of the house. Nobody has any idea why he would have saved all these quarters, but he did. It's crazy. There's probably, we're going to roll them. We went to the post office, or we went to the, what do you call it, this morning? The bank this morning already to get quarter rollers. And we're going to have Atticus come over and help us roll quarters. And I think there's like $500 in there. And I gave half of them to my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. And it's crazy. I did not make it to the paper rabbit, Carol. Maybe next time. We had a lot to do. All right, here's our chevron. Here's our chevron colors. And Carol wants to know how I pick these colors. I'm just picking out at random from these sheets. I just cut the last ones off of this bottom page. Maybe tomorrow I'll spend a little more time and find a color combination that I really like. I did not really pick a color combination that I like. So this was chevron. Now we're doing diamonds, which I think I have to draw lines for. Lita, my daughter, is doing okay. Thank you for asking. That's very sweet of you. She's going to be okay. Mentally, she's having still a really hard time, but she'll end up being okay. And I'm not talking about it any further than that. So here's my colors. Aren't they weird? Isn't that weird colors? Lime green, purple, and red. Kind of like them, though. I definitely like the lime green and purple. Anyway, I appreciate you praying for her. She really needed the prayers. And what else did we find? So my husband's uncle's partner, this is a story that I didn't think I would tell right now, but I'm going to tell it, I guess. When my kids were little, my husband's uncle is a gay man. I'll just put it that way. He was gay. And the nicest guy, you know, really, really nice guy. And he had a partner that he was with for about 20 years. And when my kids were little, my husband's uncle called us in the middle of the night. We had 2 children in bed with us at that point. They were just sleeping with us. And hanging out in our bed. And it's late at night, and my husband's uncle called hysterical. And he said, I haven't been able to reach Bob, because they had separate homes back then, because, you know, it wasn't okay to live together or anything back then. And he said, I'm not able to reach Bob. I think something's bad has happened. Will you go with me to his house? And he lived in an apartment in Hollywood because he was a sound mixer for a very big company called Tadio Studios. And he won Academy Awards for E.T. and for The Exorcist for sound mixing. He was a sound mixer. Very good at what he did. And so my husband went down and they got to his apartment. The door was locked and our uncle didn't have a key. So my husband went around and climbed up like a flight of, what do you call those things? A ladder. What do you call those? Like a fire ladder, fire stairway. And he got to the top of the ladder and had to shimmy his way into the apartment, where he saw the most horrific thing he's ever seen. I don't know how he's ever come back from it, but he did. He didn't let my uncle in, our uncle in. He just went in himself. And when Bob, his partner, was coming home that night, he had one of those electric gates to get into his apartment building. And the electric gate opened, and apparently a couple of robber people came in and decided to rob him of whatever it was he had at that point, which wasn't a whole lot. And they stabbed him over 90 times. He was in the bathroom, in the tub, stabbed over 90 times. I mean, it's very hard to talk about still to this day, and I didn't even see him. It's very hard to imagine humans doing that kind of thing. It's just disgusting. Disgusting. So, these guys stole his Cadillac. He had a Cadillac. And they stole that, and the police finally found it in Fresno, about 250 miles away. I don't know how far away that is, but far away from Los Angeles. They stole one of his Oscars, which they got back. They got back most everything, and the guys went to jail. I don't know for how long, but I hope they are still in jail. I hope they've never been let out. We don't have the death penalty here, so I can't say as I hope for that, because we don't have it. Hope I'm doing this right. I think I am. Anyway, that's just the story, and it's horrific. And so they called the police, and the police came, but I mean, that's all you really need to know. Just the most horrible story ever. So when we were cleaning out our uncle's house, he had all his, a bunch of certificates and stuff for winning the awards, but the Oscars were not there because we think he sent them back to Bob's parents who were in Vermont or somewhere. Just awful. I've never understood how my husband made it through all that, but he did. Okay, so here, let's go back to this. So here's our colors, lime green, purple, and red. And we have this as our theme, but mine's a little off because I didn't measure real well. So we're going to go for it. Start with lime green. Yeah, I'm sorry to have to tell that story, but it's a true one. And just really sad. And really, I don't know how my husband has come through that without... It was horrific. I mean, I wasn't there, so I can't even imagine. Right? I didn't do this very perfectly, but, you know, it's okay. This one came out perfect. These did not do so well. The next row will be pretty perfect. If you've ever had anybody in your family who's been killed or murdered or whatever you want to call it, it's a pretty horrible thing to have to go through, and the trial and the memories and everything. Pretty awful. Okay, now I'm going to blow dry this because I don't want my colors to run into this wet green. I mean, although it might be kind of cool, I'm not going to dry it totally, I think. Might be kind of cool to have it kind of wet. And try to get a dark red. It's really hard to do. It's coming out more of a pink. Maybe I need to go back to red. Let's try this here. No, too much black in there. I'm going to go straight from the thing. I still have black on my brush. That's a true fact, Angie. It's a much better red. And the green wasn't totally dry yet, so it's kind of fun. It's kind of mixing colors together. Let's try this red. I end up with a couple of different reds here. And yep, there it goes bleeding together. But it's okay. Kind of fun. That's more of a pinky red. But that's almost more of the color over here. He did not find any love or happiness afterwards, Lita. He was a single guy the rest of his life. Very sad. He was pretty miserable. He did have some nice friends. Really good friends. So he was the love of his life, you know. Sometimes when you have the love of your life, that's it. Most times that's it. One and done. That'd be it for my husband. Even though he drives me to drink, like most of the time. One of the things that Bob Glass had, or Bob, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said it. Anyway, one of the things that he had left in his house that we brought home was an LGB train set. Do you know what those are? They're those outdoor trains that are really big and they go in the garden. It's thousands of dollars worth of train stuff, and my husband thinks he's going to put it together and have it in our garden. And that made me laugh so hard. Because if you knew my husband, you would know how many hobbies he had. And he needs another one like a hole in the head. So now he's just brought home a train set. And I said, you guys should just sell it. But there have to be 100 different boxes of track and couplers and everything to do a train with. I mean, it's going to get wrecked if we put it out in our forest. They're made for a garden that's like a beautiful garden that's well kept up. So, not a good idea here in the forest. This is not my kind of painting patterns like this. Precise patterns. I gotta put this back because I'm running off the page. I do like how it's running together. That's making me happy. But otherwise, not really my kind of painting. And I am getting different gradations of purple, which is kind of fun. My husband did bring home a statue that is in the garden, you know, those cement statues, which he was really excited to find, of like a Grecian kind of girl. You know what I'm talking about? And it was my husband's grandfather, so he was super excited to find that in his yard. And then as we were going through pictures and stuff, he found a picture of that statue in his grandfather's yard with him and his brother standing right next to it. So that's a super cool thing. Okay, we want to put purple up there. That little tiny tip is going to be red. What else did he bring home? Brent's uncle had probably 20 containers of bleach. We still don't know why. It's those weird things that you wonder when somebody passes away. Why did they have that? He had probably 20 brand new button-down, beautiful, like, I don't even know the brand names of men's clothing, but fancy men's clothing shirts, like dress shirts that were beautifully wrapped in tissue and bought like in 2020 and back. So I don't know why he bought them and kept them and didn't wear them. He had fancy from Macy's Champion sweatshirts and sweatpants that were brand new, probably 20 sweatshirts and about 10 sweatpants, brand new with the labels on them. Crazy. Don't know why he had those. There was so much of that we just did not understand, you know. I think I'm going to go for a little different green if I can. It might just come out dark anyway. Oh, my water's red. Well, I wasn't very careful with my water. Oh, that's got to be purple. Right there's got to be purple. And we met with an estate sale lady who's going to sell everything like an estate sale. Well, that was interesting, talking to her. Because my parents, when they passed away, my dad would not have it. He would not let me do an estate sale. He thought that was an invasion of his life. But that's because they were still there, you know. Okay, so I think I need red right here. This tiny little. And then what do I need right there? Oh, purple. Should have done that one before I closed it. Okay, that's kind of fun. Oh, I need red right there. Jeez. Kind of like this. Carol, you like the two colors together, but do you like all three colors together? Because they're odd. But I left them because it's a Rebecca thing. I might start mixing my own now that I'm home, but while I was gone, I didn't want to mix anything. But tomorrow I might mix. What do we have tomorrow? Oh, tomorrow's stars. That could be kind of fun. So my diamonds are not quite as cool as hers. My chevrons are pretty boring. Whatever. Did I get any paint on that side? No. That's good. We're going to leave this, I think, not painted in, just white. Oh, you like all these colors together? To me, they remind me of Mardi Gras. Kinda, sorta. I do like them. If I had done this red one closer to the real red that was on this card, it would have looked better. I was having a hard time mixing. And I should have just used what was on my palette. But they are pretty cool. I like them better outlined. But I think I'll just outline, I don't know. Should I outline more? Yeah. Go for it, Lindsay. I like the outlining. Maybe not the lime green one, but we'll do the reds and the purples. Okay. Pretty. I wish I had done it a little straighter because it's very crooked at the top, like these purples going big to little, skinny. But they are pretty. Maybe we'll put dots in the lime green ones. Oh, you can't really see them, but that's okay. You kind of can. If I hold it up, you can probably see the dots, right? Are the dogs eating now? One of them ate food this morning, and then he ate her food, and my little Bugsy did not eat. I make them, when we're home, I make them ground turkey and vegetables, and I froze it before we left. So I took that out to thaw, and she'll eat tonight when she gets her fancy food. They're little, I never had a little dog before, but man, they can be finicky. I did on the way home yesterday feed them some of my steak from our Benihana type restaurant dinner, where I got steak and chicken, and I gave them a couple pieces of steak because I was worried that they just weren't eating. So at least they had that. They had $30 steak and chicken dinner, my leftovers. Pretty kind of me, if you ask me. Now I don't have steak and chicken leftovers. Going with lines in these. I can't just leave them. I had to doodle them. Makes me happier to have the doodles. I don't know about you guys. I might have to doodle in the chevrons a little bit too. What time are we getting on to be? Oh, not bad. An hour for two. We did 2 cards. Whoops. That looks good. I'll do a little diamond in these because I'm trying to do the same from our card. Okay, I like that. I think I need dots in these. Some of them, not all of them. I was thinking about it while I was drawing. Definitely looks better now. Not that it looked bad before, but it does look better. Cute. Much cuter than it was just plain. Okay, I like it. Yes, my dogs are food snobs. Oops, I got white in here. Oh, from the pen. That'll come off. All right, now we just need to decide, and I'm thinking, it's been a long time, so for me to do brush lettering. But that's not the right color. Neither is that. Try this one. Well, at least I got a variation of my reds. I'm going to go back to that darker red. I wish I was better with brush lettering. But then again, it's all about practice. And I do not practice. So, it's never going to happen. Lita says, my husband's coworker saved extra change in a large mason jar. His little granddaughter asked if she could have it. Sure, why not, he thought. It ended up being $759. Oh my God, that's so cool. Atticus is going to have a blast doing it. I'm going to have to give him some. Definitely. We split it. Did I already say we split it with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law? We didn't even show my mother-in-law because she would not have understood what was going on. She was very confused when we were there. It was really sad. She's just had so much loss this past year. In the last 6 months, she's lost one brother, one sister, and her ex-husband, who was the love of her life. And the year before, she lost her other brother. So she's just a wreck. She's a wreck. And that's why she had broken heart syndrome this past year. And we're trying really hard to keep her from having it again. Trying to keep her calm. I didn't even want her going with us, but we can't really leave her here, even though my kids are available if she needed something big. They have their own families and lives. Okay, let's take a purple sparkle pen. Let's see if it works. I just wanted it to look diamondy. Not too many, just a couple. I don't have a red, but I do have silver, and I think it's okay to add silver in. I mean, even if it's not, I'm going to. So we'll get a little sparkle in there. And I think that might be it. Oh, wait, I do have a glitter pen. I'm going to go through with this glitter pen, and hopefully you guys will be able to see it on camera. I don't know, but it'll give it a little diamondy sparkle. Just a little extra, because it's diamonds. I don't know if you can see it, but it's there, faintly and sparkly. It looks pretty. All right, so tomorrow we are doing stars, and that'll be fun, but I honestly don't have another card from the deck with stars on it. So what I did, and I will see if this is correct. I can't remember. No, that's for something else. I'm going to go through the deck and pick out something that will work with stars. Like maybe that is kind of fun with stars. Let's just choose that today. That's fun with stars. So we're picking a different card to go with our stars, because there's no card for stars, because Rebecca went crazy. This is called Abstract. That's fun. Mine will be called Galaxy, but that's okay. So that's the card we'll use tomorrow for stars. And that's it. We did our chevron, which, you know, weird colors for me. These are just not my colors. These are definitely not my colors, but they're a little better. And that's it. I'll take pictures of these and share them with you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow back, hopefully at the right time. I don't think I'm leaving again for another 3 weeks. And then it's back to Los Angeles. So have a great rest of your day, you guys. I love you. Be good humans and take care of yourselves and each other. All right? Have a good day. Bye.